afternoon, Newport News. And I'm here with the citizens of Riverview Farm Park. Would you please stand if you're part of this group? I recently spoke with the Dean of the Virginia Institute of Marine Science. He said currently the area in the natural vegetation shoreline, which provides an excellent environment to reduce the amount of nutrients such as phosphorus and nitrogen and sediment runoff. Much of these nutrients come from everyday home maintenance items, including fertilizer. Also runoff from parking lots, which is proposed. According to the Chesapeake Bay Preservation Act, nutrients such as these are harming the bay. Another big 200 homes will make a significant impact. In 2011, the Virginia General Assembly passed legislation to amend sections 28.2, 1100, and 28.2, 10.4 of the Code of Virginia. These amendments require that local governments incorporate guidelines prepared by the Virginia Institute of Marine Science for coastal resource management into local comprehensive plans when they come up for revision. In addition, Section 15.2-22232 establishes that living shorelines are now the Commonwealth's preference for the tidal shore land management whenever possible. We're keeping this and other future developments out. This is possible. Because the James River feeds into the Chesapeake Bay, we need to be aware of our city's impact of these great resources. The Chesapeake Bay Preservation Act calls for increasing regulations of nutrients and sediments. EPA's recommendation is to limit these nutrients, phosphates, and sediment. These limits are defined by the total maximum daily loads. The TMDL program evaluates water quality on the basis of quantity load of pollutants. Because the city was over the TMDL load, the city is forced to implement a $55 million watershed implementation program in phase 2 in 2017. How many people are aware of that? We are over our load, which I can only conclude that phase 2 means the second time around. According to the city's website, the taxpayers will be paying for that. Adding 200 large homes will only increase the total daily maximum load. In addition, we have our schools nearby. Charles Elementary has a 17-to-1 student ratio, which is higher than the Commonwealth's average of 16-to-1. The student population has grown to 8% the past 5 years. Gildersleeve is at that ratio, and we would like to keep it that way. I have a child there. I also have a child at Menchville, and if you look at that campus, you can see trailers. The lack of transparency on many council members and the city manager in this proposed deal is downright shameful. Not revealing the amount of Fry Properties has proposed and limiting the time citizens are allowed to speak at council meetings from 5 minutes to 3 minutes in recent years is, I dare say, a communist state. Finally, I will close with the wisdom of Dr. Seuss. I am the Lorax, and I speak for the trees.
Alfred Drive in Newport News. I've got a little proposition from Mr. Brunk, or James. I can't forget that last name. There's a lot of bicycle people in Newport News. And I think that it would be nice if they could participate at the marathon to run their bicycles at the beginning, because they will be through within 2 hours of the time that the runners start. And I have gotten up a collection of $500, 250 for the winner, 150 for second place, and 100 for third place. So if you can fit that into your marathon, I think it would be really cool. Now, City Farm, it needs to be a park. I have a vision for it, and I think about Yorktown Beach a lot, how nice that is with the walkway and the beach and the restaurants along there. And I think that you all could do far better than a bunch of houses up on that hill. Anybody that wants to see the vision drawn out, I'll buy you breakfast at the Warwick restaurant. You tell me when and what time. So, tomorrow. And I'm speaking about y'all, not you. So, think about the farm. It doesn't need to be a housing development. It needs to be a park. It needs to be a wonderful park. And the people that participate there will be paying, and it will not be a drain for the city. It'll be a plus. And look at all the time I've saved.
And City Council. I really hadn't planned on coming down, but I bought a new shirt. You're stuck with me for 3 minutes of my shirt. I'm an old guy in my mind and getting there in my body. And so I'm something of an expert on the past, and I want to share something that some of you are too young to remember. Back in the late 80s, it was a turbulent time over something somebody wanted to put into Denver. Folks who didn't want it there called it a trash burner. Folks who did want it there said, oh, we're going to take trash and we're going to turn it into electricity. Well, that didn't happen, but I'll tell you what did. In 2 years' time, the mayor and the whole council were gone. Gone. 2 years' time. Because you messed around with Denver.
That's right.
You don't want to do that. Because if you mess around and make Denver mad and they all go to polls and vote, there's 3 new faces. And 2 years later, there's going to be a couple more. Now, I'm here to help though, not complain. Those of you that have never had a hard look at Framework for the Future, which is the current comprehensive plan approved by City Council, need to go to Chapter 6 of that document, which is on the city's website, Parks and Recreation. And you will find all kinds of really good guidance about that city farm and what to do with that land. And if you just read it and think about it, you'll see that even though it was written and approved before some people got here, it's still a good plan. It's a worthy plan, and you can have many things. But I will tell you, one of the things that we were supposed to do, oh my, they had yellow light. We were supposed to look at the buildings and the stuff that was on that property to see if it had uses before we decided what to do with it. Well, lots of people were saying they don't use, that's an old building. Well, look at me. I got uses, and I'm only about 3 years younger than that old building. We didn't look at that. The city didn't ask the people who live around there, what should we do with that old building? A point was made to me like, hey, if you guys want to farm building on that, we can build it later. You can always build a new farm building, but you can't build that new farm building. And so I'll leave you alone for a few more weeks.
Areas that do not have recall. And as you can see, the citizens here in the back are here because they are not satisfied. So if we had a recall, we wouldn't have to wait until election. We can go ahead and see y'all now. But the reason why I'm here today is on behalf of the citizens of Newport News who contacted me to initiate a letter that they gave me concerns about the city manager, Mr. Boyd, and wanted him to resign or be terminated by December 30th of this particular year.
You don't have to wait that long. You can go right now.
And so that is why I have come today. And one thing I can say, Mr. Board, you have done a good job of uniting the city of Newport News, North, Central, and South. So if you didn't do anything else before you leave, we hope that we can keep that camaraderie together so that we can continue to make Newport News a better place to live, work, and play. So as I'm not going to be here long, so you can hurry up. And for all of you who are falling asleep, Mr. Burton, for all of you who seem unattended to the citizens in here, is why we want you removed from the council. It's about the people. It's not about you. We didn't elect you up there so you can get your own interests at heart. We elected you for the people and the good of our city. not to spend all our tax dollars on worthless things. And a young man from Mitchell High School, I definitely understand your plight. I like Mr. Surrey too. Okay, so I just want you to understand that that traffic up there is going to be horrible and horrendous. Most of the students at Mitchell don't have anywhere to park now. My daughter and my granddaughter and her brother play soccer up there in that field. So I would say I would tend to go to Riverview quite often. And I don't think that's a good thing for the housing. I think a good thing would be make it into a farm. Bring in horticulture. Agriculture is the #1 money-making thing in Virginia. Why not teach our children how to farm? Because if you teach them how to catch a fish, you don't have to eat for now, they can eat forever. So let's teach our children how to survive and what to do. Thank you, and I hope this is bye-bye.
Thank you.
Good evening.
Good evening. My name is Margaret Curtis, and I live at 123 Hertzler Road, Newport News. And I'm here as a voice to save the Riverview Farm Park City Farm Park. I'm a 17-year resident of the city. My children attend Newport News schools. I teach at CNU. I'm involved on different committees, and I work at St. Jerome's Catholic Church in Denby. In the time I've lived here, I have watched Newport News grow and change. Housing areas have developed, the university has grown, shopping centers have been built and have been emptied, sports fields have been developed. One thing that has increased very minutely is the increase in public parkland. Our community needs an area to reconnect with nature, to feel the pulse of the water and the waves, to feel the creative majesty of God. With all the conflict and anger that is circling our nation, our state, and our town, we need a place to pull us together as a community and allow us to play and to breathe. Studies show that returning to nature is one of the best ways to relieve stress and to re-spark a peaceful state. Public parks in an urban setting provide that opportunity for those surrounded by noise and congestion. Newport News is growing. We need to maintain one of the few peaceful places left for the health of the city and her residents. Currently, Riverview Park City Farm is owned by the people and should remain as such. This piece of property is pristine and demonstrates the creative beauty given to us by God. As a city built on a peninsula, one would expect to find many water-accessible areas for public use. Sadly, Newport News has very few areas of public beach or boating. In comparison to some major cities, we lack park shoreline. For example, in New York City, the residents have doubled the percentage of parkland along its shoreline as Hampton Roads. The 3 San Francisco Bay cities have doubled the percentage of parkland along their shoreline, and Boston almost 3.5 times as much waterfront parkland. We, the citizens, need waterfront parkland. Our children deserve a place to play and grow. Our community needs a place to come together and play together. The park was approved for this in the 1990s. It needs to fulfill the dreams and plans that was established then. As a resident of Newport News, I have chosen to live here, work here, raise my family here. I love the diversity of this city and the natural beauty that can still be found in pockets. Please do not allow the public property to be destroyed by those seeking to benefit themselves. Keep the park public. Thank you.
But I was raised over in Denby, and I live over by Mitchell right now. And over on Night School, they're talking about putting 3 speed humps on there, and it said to let everybody know what you think. I think that's kind of preposterous. I think that road's just good to go the way that it is. The Riverview Farm Park, all that I really plead with you guys is just to keep your pulse on this community and what everybody's asking for the people, by the people, and I really ask that you guys kind of be respectful of what people are asking for. Thank you guys.
Thank you.